Here's how to damage and kill enemies in Unreal Engine 5. As you can see there, I'm shooting an enemy. In the top left, you can see the damage I'm doing and the health they have. And when their health reaches 0, they're just going to despawn. But obviously you can play an animation or just despawn them or do anything that you want or trigger a ragdoll. So again, this is obviously a very basic system here. Nothing really visual or audible to signify the damage other than just the print string I have. But that's because those are incredibly easy to add on, and I'll show you where. But the video today is just the pure functionality of being able to actually apply damage to enemies. So this is what we're going over and creating today. So without further ado, let me delete the code and I'll show you how I've done it. So this is actually incredibly easy to do, as there's already a system built in which we just need to use in order to do this. So what we're going to do first is we want to open up our AI blueprints that we want to damage. Now you can do this in AI or in your player. Basically, any actor that you want to receive damage, open those blueprints up. So for me, that's just going to be my BP AI here. In here, what we want to do is right-click and get Event AnyDamage. Then we want to get our health variable, which for me, I don't have. So I'm going to create a new variable here, call it health, and set that to be a float. And what I also like to do is I like to create a max health variable as well. So we can compile these. And then let's set the default values of these. So I want the health to be 100, and I'm going to give them the 100 as their max health as well. Then we want to get a reference to health. And out of this, we're going to get a subtract. And we're going to do health minus the damage output from event AnyDamage. So when we try and damage this actor, we're going to be able to get the amount we want to damage them here, and we're taking that off of the health. Out of this subtract, we're going to get a clamp float, with the minimum being 0 and maximum will set to max health. And this means that when we are subtracting damage from health, the health is never going to go below 0. Then we want to set our health variable to the return value of that clamp. Then what we can do is come out of this set and get an equal, and we can leave that as 0. Hold down B, left click to get a branch, with that being the condition. True of this branch means the AI or whatever actor this is now dead. Their health is 0, so they're dead. False means they're not dead, they've just taken damage. So this is where you can obviously do your different animations and sound effects and UI or whatever, or ragdoll or dropping loot or whatever it is that you want. You do that off of these here. So again, true, the enemy's dead. False, they're still alive, but they've taken damage. So for me, what I'm going to do is off of true, I'm going to just simply destroy actor. What I'm also going to do off of false is get a print string, and I'm going to get a text to string, and then I'm going to get a format text. This you don't need to do. This is just for testing and the purpose of the video. So I'm going to type in the format here, damage, colon, space, curly bracket, X, close curly bracket, and then health. And again, the same, but with Y. This means we can now enter in the values. So we can enter in the health into Y, sorry, not into X, and then the damage out of our event into X. So essentially, we're just going to print a log onto screen to say what damage we've just done and the health the AI now has. Again, you don't need to do that. That's just for testing and for the purpose of the tutorial, so you can see it working in the back end. So we will compile and save that. And now this is how you receive damage. What we need to do now is actually apply that damage, so give damage to an actor as well. So now you need to open up any actors that you want to give damage. And that doesn't mean the player is going to be damaging something, so you want to open a player, unless you have the code in the player, for example, a melee. So if you're punching, that might be in the player character, or more commonly, you might have it in a sword blueprint, or in my example, a bullet projectile blueprint. So whatever is going to actually be damaging and colliding with your AI or other actors, open up that blueprint. So for me, that's, like I said, a bullet projectile. So I'm going to go into content, variant shooter, blueprints, pickups, projectiles, and then BP shooter projectile bullets. Now, by default, this does have some code in, but we're going to ignore that because we're just assuming that we don't have that. So open up whatever actor it is, right click and get event hit. Now, there are lots of different things that you can do off of this event hit here. So you could also do another sound effect here. But what I'm going to do is simply just come out of other and then do apply damage, setting the base damage to whatever we want to do. So I'll set it to 20. You can also get a random number in here, so right click and do random integer in range, minimum being, let's say, 15 and maximum of 30, the return value into the base damage there. And the reason why I'm doing an integer and then converting it to a float is because I want it to be 15, 16, 17, 18, for example, not 15.0, 15.1, 15.2, 15.3. I don't want that many different variations. I just want the whole numbers, hence why I'm doing an integer rather than a float. But obviously you don't need a random either. You can just say this bullet does 20 damage, rather than this bullet does anywhere between 15 and 30. It's completely up to you. Now, what you can also do in here is if you don't want the player to be able to accidentally shoot themselves, you can come out of other, get a not equal, so exclamation point equal, and then get a reference to player character here. If you're in single player, you can simply just do get player character, and then hold down B, left click to get a branch, with that as a condition, and true going into apply damage, because we're seeing if this is not the player character. So if it is not the player character, then we can apply damage. And it is that simple. So again, this is the system already built in, is the apply damage and event any damage functions. We just need to A, know that they exist, and B, know where and how to call them, and whatever code we need to do before or after them. So if we were to minimize this and hit play with our AI in the level and our gun so we can shoot them as well, we can see if we were to shoot them, if you look in the top left, we'll have a print string that will say what damage we have done and their current health. However, you can see we're not actually colliding with the AI. So let's have a look at why that's happening. If I go into my bullet projectile, I also want to do a destroy actor after apply damage as well, which would mean that they get destroyed, obviously, when they have successfully collided. And that is probably what the issue was, and the reason why we weren't damaging them is because I forgot to actually tell them what actor to damage. So I thought I did do that, but maybe I accidentally disconnected it. But essentially, other is then going to go into damaged actor, like so on our applied damage. Again, I think I did do that, so I think it's just disconnected for some reason. So that might have worked for you. So if we go back into the game now and then test this out again, we're to shoot the AI. You can see in the top left, damage 27, health 73, damage 18, health 55, damage 27, health 28, damage 20, health 8, and then they died on that final shot there, like so. So this is working perfectly for us. So I think that'll be it for this video, as we've done everything what we wanted to do. What we've done is we've set up a very, very basic system in which we can apply damage to an AI from the player. So the player can shoot, that bullet hits the AI, and the AI then takes damage based upon whatever values we have input as well. And then obviously any code happens when they get damaged, which for me is just a print string, and then also when they die, which for me is just a destroy actor. So thanks so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it and I hope you found it helpful. And if you did, please do make sure to like and subscribe down below, as it really does help me and the channel out a lot. So thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.